Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is The Last Hope Scar, Season 2, Episode 14, The Lord of the Manor. This is one of our Pokemon tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom Scar system, or stories and creatures in alternate realities. We are joined here today by Rdyjin. He'll be doing art. You'll see that in a few minutes. And I did see what you put on there, Rdyjin. Grr. But otherwise, the system is in open playtest, available through our Discord, so do go check it out and let us know what you think. For now, let's get started with introductions, beginning with Kerr.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr, I am the Storyteller. It is delightful to see you and we are going to have the happy fun times today. Hopefully. Please don't hurt my baby.
I'm sorry, Kerr, but your baby is not fun anymore.
Ooh, shots fired.
Anyways, Tochemay?
Hi, I'm Tochemay, and I'm playing Brussel, the Bulbasaur. Grass poison type.
Hello, I'm Octo, and I'm playing Cobalt, the roughest, toughest Lucario around, a fighting steel type.
And he's cute.
No. Handsome.
Hello, everybody. I am Razim, and I am playing as Hunter, the dark psychic type Mightyena. Off to you, Kin.
I am Foxfiend, and I'm playing Kin, the fire-type Vulpix. And perhaps we can have fun with Kerr's baby one more time.
Hello, I am Merl and I am playing Midnight, the dark type Zoroark.
Hello, I'm Taldirus, and I'm playing Shade, the dark type Zoroark, who you can now trust as icon. He's gonna play a trick today.
Hey y'all, it's William Cankard Swiftfoot. I am playing Shale, the grass ground Sandshrew. And nerd / chef of the party, I guess.
Alrighty.
Cobalt, no throwing shade.
Why, Shade can handle it.
Do we have a volunteer for the recap? Alright.
I'm
What?
willing to.
Oh, go for it.
So, last time we worked our way through the manor, and we encountered a couple rooms, a sunroom, and a. Actually, it was just like two rooms, wasn't it? It was the sunroom, and then there was the room that we
There's
met.
kitchens and a guest bedroom thing.
Yes, but we avoided those two in favor of the sunroom.
Yeah.
Which Brussel very helpfully asked the sunspots to move out of the way, and they cooperated. Very kind of them. And then we got to, after that, we got to meet the personification of the house itself, if I'm recalling correct. Or was there something else between the sunroom and that?
No, there wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, and well, the house is not very happy with Domino either, and has bartered with Kin to for his own stay in in Hilltop and release from Domino. So we've just got a new side objective added onto our main objective with Domino. No big deal. We're here to deal with him anyways. However, speaking of dealing with Domino, we were about to go meet him in the Grand Ballroom. And Kin is going to be relying on Shade to do the talking here, and because Kin doesn't trust himself enough to keep his foot out of his mouth for this. That about sum it up?
Because Ken is angry boy right now.
Oh, Kin's very angry. Domino
Well,
took something
besides-
from him.
Knowing that the Grand Ballroom is coming up next.
Yep, as we're going into that.
Yep.
Or normally he has like a bunch of courtiers and stuff, so this might still be interesting even getting to Domino through the courtiers.
We don't know yet. But yeah, that about sum it up. Anything anyone else want to add?
I think that sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Off to you,
And
Kurt.
so you step out into the Grand Ballroom. You step out into what seems to be one of the most... It's difficult to describe almost. It's so large. It's so... There are things in this room that should not exist. And your brain is having a very hard time trying to adapt to it. Colors that should not be.
Are you
Things that-
taking a note from Lovecraft here? Unspeakable beauty instead of unspeakable horror?
I mean, welcome to the Fae.
Yeah, that's about right, I suppose.
I
Unless
mean,
you're
welcome to
go
the Fae.
insane.
and could be both unspeakable horror and unspeakable beauty. So
Yeah, why not both?
everything is fine.
The Fae do love their dichotomy, after all.
And as you try to make sense of this strange chamber, you can see sitting on what appears to be a massive throne. You can see Domino looking down at you from a diet in the center of the room. Just a very amused smile on his face.
Is Soul nearby?
No sign of him currently.
What form is Domino taking currently?
His normal form at the moment. Currently, he is in his normal form.
All right.
just be sure, remind me,
Love
what
Al.
is his normal form?
Shake Kerr's baby for good dice luck.
Wait, what? No.
That's gonna right, but
You're wondering his normal form? It's the wig.
Inconceivable to Pokemon eyes. It would be like humans looking upon Cthulhu.
You know, I'm not even sure if looking upon Cthulhu nowadays would even have an effect on humanity.
Okay, I'm more thinking humans of Lovecraft's time looking upon Cthulhu.
Sure, but people nowadays have lived through like what 4 apocalypses
Oh yeah, now it's nothing.
and
It's like that's a
none
Tuesday.
of them interrupted having to go to work the next morning. It's like
It's like, oh look, it's apocalypse o'clock. Oh, I gotta go to work in an hour.
what sort of lame apocalypse did we get? That's
Just like, I gotta leave for work
mean-
early to beat out the traffic. The roads are gonna be a mess.
Hey, it's fine. You're fine.
Hey, at least it's not the corporate apocalypse.
But yeah, no, Kerr, I legitimately don't know what form Domino normally takes.
So Domino's normal form is usually trying to think the best way to describe it. Think Victorian. No. Think France before the Russian Revolution or the French Revolution. Big powdered wig. Very showy, rich clothes. Lot of blues, whites, and golds on him. A lot of jewelry and such. Like this is like the nobility from like the 16th or 17th century, so to speak, is kind of how he looks. Is the best way to describe it.
and human.
Right now he is taking the form of a wolf, though he still has his dot over one of his eyes.
So sorta like in Rock.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For your guys' reference, yes.
Reference, yeah.
Any tortures milling around, or
Not that you see at the moment, though. What you see may not be exactly what's going on and such.
of course, naturally. Shay is gonna look at the rest of them and go, well, this certainly doesn't scream trap in any way.
No.
Oh, figure I should ask this before we actually go in. Anyone else want me to do the whole speak for you thing in case negotiations break out?
Yes.
Why don't you just be the proxy for the entire group?
That's probably safest.
Well, if I mean, all right, if you're all fine with that.
Cool.
So,
He's currently watching you right now.
yep. So, well, it's probably not the best idea to do it. So, I'm just gonna do it first, and he's just gonna start walking forward a bit.
All right. Nothing seems to happen as you walk forward.
Then he will just be continuing to walk forward.
Oh no, you're doing the moonwalk. Nothing's happening.
Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Yes, you are able to approach the dais.
Go ahead and be right behind him.
Following behind.
Same.
Same.
All right. And once you reach the foot of the dais, Domino will nod his head towards you, though he has not spoken anything.
As that is a cue to at least partially continue. Hello there, Domino. Assuming you
Hello
want to
there.
be going by that.
He nods.
quite the interesting place you opened to us.
Why, thank you, darling. I do like to think of it as a home away from home.
Well, about that, we do have, or at least as a group, we have a bit of business to take care of with this, a bit of a group goal, and then there's a bit of a personal goal that I have as well.
He nods slightly.
There is the manner of, the matter of soul. Then also, it is my goal to play a trick on you. Shame there's not really, courtiers around to see me try, though.
Well, I thought we would like to have this meeting in peace.
Oh no. The warm-up drawing.
Hey.
It could be, yes. It could be.
Instead of a powdered wig, a salted wig.
Wig. That's awesome, by the way, Rdyjin.
So, the first one to actually address is obviously going to be the group objective here. So, I think I will start out by asking, why did you take Soul?
He just smiles.
Oh, don't want to have a conversation without making a deal about it?
Darling, I literally cannot. This information is valuable. I can't just give it away.
Well, then there's the matter of figuring out what you would want for some information like that. After all, we do have quite the matter on our hands. You did, after all, take something and then proceed to try and make a bunch of people forget about it.
He smiles. The only thing that he does to actually like show anything is bowing his head. As though like, yes, acknowledging it a little bit.
And given the complete lack of any explanation as to why, well, obviously the only current thing that could be assumed as such is declaring some sort of negative intention. After all, if it was to make a point, then well, why make people forget?
He smiles.
And if that is the case, well, there is a little bit of a rap sheet to go through, considering, well, you've sold power at least partially to a known enemy of our faction. You've threatened the safety and security of Hilltop before. And, well, this was in relation to an action which could be perceived in a negative light. However, there was, no actual harm done, and as we were in our world at the time, there's less of a leg to stand on about any opinion of being slighted, considering, well, I've been following the rules very closely when I was taken here, so why should it be expected anything of you differently?
He waves a finger for you to continue.
And so, there is one very, very important matter. You did not respect the rules of the realm that Kin here leads, of Hilltop. You killed someone right in the middle of it, despite that being against the rules. And so, we believe that we are entitled to some amount of balancing the scales for that and other various things that have been going on here.
He just kind of cocks his head like he's an animal hearing a new sound for the first time.
And so, Domino, we do have a bit of a problem here. Because we've just gone through an area that belonged to you, respecting the rules, and doing things what you perceive to be the right way. You even rewarded us for doing it in such an exemplary fashion. But meanwhile, you have been ignoring some rules where we're from.
He just stares at you like, mm-hmm.
And so, if you are indeed all about balance and exchanges and things of that nature, well, things are rather unbalanced right now, and, well, one of the things you could do to begin balancing things back even slightly is even explain why you did it in the first place.
Is that all, darling?
Oh, I didn't say that that would balance it completely. I said that it would begin to start balancing it. That by no means would make it all even.
Darling. He kind of just shakes his head a little bit. At what point did I agree to follow such rules or laws that you speak of? Hmm?
He's going to look back at the rest of the group and go, what deals have you made with them? In terms of, in relation to something like that.
He swore to follow me, to be my subject. And he has failed terribly in his duties.
Oh, delightful, delightful! The has-been king speaks. Darling, you surrendered that a long time ago when you ran away. Darling, my oath to you was fulfilled the moment you surrendered that and gave it up. When you fled, and there was nothing of that.
Now, I do have one bit of clarification I need to ask here. Did you, because I never actually looked through what proclamation you did there. Hunter, did you sign away all titles, or did you relinquish your lordship over, the kingdom you had recently inherited?
It was only that of being God Emperor. I never actually gave up the position that he swore to serve me in.
Was that in relation to Hilltop?
He nods.
Ooh, now Domino. There's a bit of a counterclaim going on now.
You
Domino
broke
just
your
smiled.
deal with me, Domino.
I did no such thing. As I am sitting here, talking to you. I have broken no such oaths. If I broke my oath, I would be punished for it. But as you can see, I am perfectly fine. Your understanding of my oath may be very different than the actual oath itself. You mortals are always amusingly curious about such things.
Well, if it's going to be like that, then, well, I suppose one of the first things I should do is ask what's your going rates then, Domino?
He cocks his head slightly at that.
After all, if, you're in the business of making deals about information, things like that, what's your rates on, things like motive? If you're not going to
Depends.
accept the claim of any sort of, you know, unbalancing here, then, well, deals it is.
I am physically incapable of breaking an oath or deal. It is why you are all still breathing at the moment. There are oaths that I have sworn that keep you safe at the moment. Now, should you perhaps attempt to do something unwise, I cannot promise your safety. But at the moment, you have nothing to fear from me. We're having such a delightful little chat, wouldn't you say?
Right now, Kin looks absolutely seething, and if someone were to pay close attention, they could see the paws kind of clenching and unclenching, and like he wants to just strike at Domino, but is holding himself back.
A shadow hand is going to rest on Kin's shoulder.
Well, any comments or declarations about the quality of this conversation? Now, that, doesn't exactly seem relevant as of yet. Unless, of course, you're going to reward us for it being an interesting conversation.
I would not say there was any rewards to such things, but I am more than willing to talk with you to discuss such things.
Well, in that case, there are some things that are on our docket to obtain here. The safe return of soul being one of those, you know, unaltered from when you proceeded to grab him.
He gives a small nod at that.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
Ooh, an influence.
Oh dear.
That's great when talking with a fae.
Don't worry, that's just Gimmon.
I know.
But Giemond is an agent of chaos. That could be detrimental to us.
Hey, I'm sure you're fine.
We're fine. It's only a game-breaking ethereal influence.
You know. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Everything's fine.
Very, very.
I think Eamon's seeking to summon Greaves.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't know if that's bad for us.
It's somebody else who wants
In
to pay.
this world at this state, that would be phenomenal for us. Because Greaves has a. So first off, for those that don't know, Greaves is the canonical source of all of these influences. He sees what the chat wants and makes it happen in game. And Greaves, he is a simple gnomish merchant, but he has a goal with every world with his pricing on things. He wants 75% of the world to be good and 25% to be evil. Look outside the window. The world is basically like 90% evil.
Yeah. I was gonna say we have a solid 0.1% right now, I think.
Greaves is more than happy to give us some very, very good deals to balance those scales.
Well, provided he actually wants to interfere with this.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. I'll let them have a little bit of better stuff for what they're going to be trying to do if they try to do that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes. Domino is going to just smile, though.
And then, of course, there is the separate matter of me wanting to play a trick on you, but that is secondary, as that is personal as opposed to the group.
And I cannot guarantee your safety should such things happen.
What if I were to play a trick?
He nods.
Midnight's gonna backhand Shade slightly. Fuck this up.
I'm being very nice for myself right now.
He's being very diplomatic right now.
Alright, but back to the main point. Our overarching goal is the safe return of Soul unaltered from when you had originally grabbed him from our world. What
He
would
nods.
be the price of that?
He seems to consider that for a moment. The cost for that, darling. A difficult choice, I have to say. Because one of the reasons that I took him, as he looks right at Kin. He looks right at Kin as he says that.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're worried about talking with Kin, don't worry, because he and I already made a deal. In this matter, I'm representing him.
He gives a small chuckle at that.
But I do also note some things from that. So, I'm going to assume here, considering that you have not confirmed any such thing to me, are currently working off of a perceived insult debt.
He
And
nods.
going along with that hypothetical, of course, what would be the cost of settling such a debt?
To be honest, it would just depend on. I would need to figure out what would work best with kin, as they are the ones who caused this.
Hypothetically, of course.
Oh, of course, hypothetically.
After all, we're not admitting to any wrongdoing ourselves either here. So, hypothetical it is.
He chuckles but nods.
And continuing along with this, with this little exercise.
Jimmond_ has brought forth Greaves and his Greaves balancing wares.
Well, alright.
Guess Gibbet is very, insistent. Oh, great. This means that if this does happen right now, it means that, Greaves, Domino, and Shade are all gonna be in the same room. Lol.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
Well, shall I play Greaves then?
Yes.
Okay. As a rather brightly painted wagon just kind of rolls into the room, followed by a second one, and a door opens on the back of the first one, and a short little humanoid creature trundles out in a tall purple top hat and dressed in a lavish purple robe or coat.
Question real quick. Outside of being gnome, does he sort of look like the merchant that traded the stone with Shale all the way back the ways back?
I believe that was him, yes.
Yes, that was him. That's why I'm just.
He would have the same outfit, yes.
Okay.
Very confused look.
Ah, well, hello there! I've been enjoying your show so far, but it's good to see you all so dealing with this particular, annoyance. But, how are you all?
Midnight's gonna look and be like, "Oh, it's the," and he puts up his claws and does the air quotes, "simple merchant."
Oh yes, good to see you again, Midnight. I hope that insurance has been helping out.
It has. It has.
Hello there, Greaves. Been a little bit. You said you were watching, so I'm assuming you know this. Turns out, Evil got a split personality here. You know.
I don't think Kin's met Greaves. Have I met Greaves?
You would have met. I think I don't remember what form it was. I think there was a Greaves card played like first season, like 6 episodes in. So you might have met at that point. As Pokemon, possibly. I don't know if he was gnomish during that period.
I think he was gnomish at the time.
He usually shows up in Pokemon Worlds as a Mr. Mime, but he does have the same outfit.
Yeah, because there was it was played like early in the first season.
Yep.
What's this? What's going on?
Oh, remember how a while ago I said I was going to try and anchor myself in this reality? Kind of made a deal with him to do it.
Guilty as charged.
Okay.
I thought it would be an interesting story to watch him reside with all of you, especially considering what happened with him and his other group, and the things going on outside of. Well, you all don't need to worry about that, but
Right.
he just kind of looks off in the distance, directly at the chat. You all know what happened.
Well,
Ah,
I suppose you have my thanks. Shade has been a very good ally to me.
Oh, none needed, none needed. And not to worry, I'm not one of these silly fae that go around doing their little tricks and such and call them deals. No, I am but a simple gnomish merchant.
This
I
does
don't
mean that you
have
do
needs
deals,
for these
though.
things. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I'll say you do deals, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what merchant wouldn't?
But they're not fey deals. They're deals that normal people would consider deals.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyways, I have been summoned by a certain benefactor of yours to assist with this.
Worrying
Oh.
language aside, I'm assuming you don't need to get caught up on anything that's been going on right now?
Oh, absolutely not. I have been enjoying watching all of you do this. It's just a shame that I wasn't able to come in sooner. Scheduling conflicts and all that, you know?
Right. I understand scheduling conflicts.
Speaking of conflicts here, Domino, again, what would be the estimated cost on that hypothetical?
I don't think you'll like what I have to say.
Well, I could like or dislike it, and, well, that has no bearing on what your currently stated cost is.
My costs would be quite simple, I think. I want kin to serve me.
Now, you said that was
Get him a cup
quite-
of tea.
Now, you said that it was quite simple, and yet, well, there's no real, detail attached to that.
I would like kin. I would like kin to become my knight.
Your knight.
Yes, my knight.
Oh, kid, I would definitely recommend against it. The last person that served him as a knight wound up, well, let's just say he tried to take himself out.
Yeah. No intentions of taking that deal. Domino, what would be hypothetically, say someone attacked perhaps your very purpose of being or something you have served a life building up. What would be what would you say an appropriate cost for an action against you like that would be?
He chuckles. Darling, no one's crossed me like that.
That's why it's a hypothetical. What sort of thing would... What sort of cost would such an action incur? What sort of
shakes it.
retribution is appropriate?
He shakes his head slightly. Darling, that's not the way such things work.
Here you would be in debt.
Is it not? Would you not incur such a penalty for doing such a thing against someone else?
No, I would not, darling. You are not Siddhi. You are but a simple little mortal.
And yet we can have scales to balance.
If agreements are made with me, yes. But not the other way around, darling. I do not incur debt unless you do something for me.
And yet, would you not agree that you have very much enjoyed watching them along the ways? You, on more than one occasion, have admitted to being entertained by their antics.
He nods slightly at that.
Not to mention your own attempts to interfere with their lives, giving you a more direct entertainment.
Such things do not incur obligation.
Oh, but by your own rules they do. They did not receive any payment for it. Are they not theatrical performers for your... in a relative sense? If you go to the theater, do you not pay for the performance?
He shakes his head.
By my calculations, you have accrued a debt to many, many people.
Blink, blink.
Kerr, if you are talking, we cannot hear you.
No, I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
No meme yet.
No meme yet.
I'm thinking real quick.
He's trying to navigate the words.
Yes.
Very likely.
Kerr has taken on the form of the thinking man.
Such things do not incur my obligation, as they were things that they were already going to do anyway.
Or would they have? I recall a certain group, let's see, the one with the little god of death, or, you know, in that case, you dragged them to your manor, which they were definitely not planning to do at any point. This particular group definitely was not planning to be having to deal with a circus coming to their village. These are not satisfactory payments for their entertainment. You simply threw these obstacles in their way to entertain yourself.
Such things do not incur obligation. Owing one, if I did, does not mean that I owe another.
Then we do need to balance the scales either way, because you did put these obstacles in their way and prevent them from doing what they were going to do without your interference.
He shakes his head. I have incurred no obligation, as I have not gained anything from them, nor have I given them anything. Thus, they do not owe me as well.
We already went over this. You gained entertainment from them.
Entertainment is not enough to gain obligation.
And as we already went over, you were enjoying watching them go about their lives. You have obtained an obligation to them.
You are not Sidhi. You do not understand our ways, merchant. Powerful though you may be, you are not an expert on our society.
You may be correct on that, but I do assure you I understand the deal very, very well. And I understand transactions.
You do not understand as we do. We are not mortal.
Oh, this is true. You are not. However, you were operating within their realm, which means that you are obligated to their rules.
No, we are not, darling. We are very much not. Their mortal laws mean nothing to us.
And yet I have a reality that says otherwise on multiple occasions.
I do have a question for you on that, Domino. Mortal laws, by your own admission, don't hold any weight. But what about, any actions that would be perceived as rude of a guest? Laws might not hold any sway over you, but what over the, any sort of implications of being rude and unruly as a guest? Are those things that have sway over you?
Be careful with that line of logic.
He shakes his head.
This is still in the hypothetical questioning thing.
Shake his head. So no.
No. In that case, so your claim is that the laws hold no sway, any expectations of guests hold no sway. Only deals.
I will definitely say that is not quite a very balanced scale. If they are expected to follow your laws, and yet you're not expected to follow theirs when you are a guest within their reality. We all know that this is your home.
Well,
Arcadia is.
Second home.
Well, no, not specifically here, but his home is the Fey Wilds, or Arcadia, or whatever term it may go by. Your home is not their reality, though. You do act very unbecoming as a guest, I must say.
If he's not beholden to acting as a good guest in our reality, why would we be beholden to act as a good guest in his reality?
Wait.
different reality, different rules, Kim.
For different rules.
Our reality is their playground.
After all, it's why I'm not acting as I... Well, I guess, technically speaking, this is more my normal and I just purposefully act out all the time, but, it's why I'm not being abrasive like I usually am.
At this point, Midnight has crossed his arms and is holding his head in his arms, getting increasingly exacerbated by all this double talk and dealing and stuff.
Shale is kind of trying. Shale is looking half confused, but trying to piece everything that's going on together in a logical sense. If he can.
In
Greaves
terms
is
of,
going to be appearing next to. Greaves is appearing next to Midnight. A bit of tea, it does tend to help with the nerves a bit. As he's just holding out a cup.
Midnight will take the cup and down it. Feel a little bit better, but still has his arms crossed.
Now, Domino, in the hypothetical, the estimated cost of balancing things out, I noticed that you never mentioned anything, so I do want to ask, just so that way we're all aware of what's going on. Would that be the price of you stopping such actions currently? Would that be including the cost of the safe return of Soul in his original state from before you took him into your realm?
He nods.
Well, have fun, Ken.
No, not with any of that yet.
No.
It was just more about establishing where we're currently standing. After all, don't want to go making any sort of assumptions that Soul would be returned from that deal, only to find out that it would just mean that Domino would stop doing any sort of future actions of retribution and wouldn't even result in the return of Soul. Well, with where we're currently standing, what are you thinking of in terms of any sort of duties, responsibilities, release clauses, time limits?
At that, Domino's going to smirk. Oh, it would be for life.
Oh, now that is quite the hypothetical debt for a small action. But let's at least again see where they're standing. What would the duties of a knight be?
To serve my will and do as I wish.
Ah, so a fancy title for just being a servant in general. Just with a higher title.
He seems to consider before nodding a little bit. I suppose as one way you mortals could see it.
Oh, I'm not discounting the fact that it is a higher title, but the responsibilities remain the same.
They would
It's
attend. They would attend to me and assist me in matters that I would not be able to do in the mortal world.
And why kin in particular? I mean, there are plenty of options that you could have for a mortal champion.
He smiles.
And again, this
Because
is in the hypothetical.
such a thing would help to balance the scales of the insult that they gave to me. I feel like Kid is just like, I want to kill him, I want to kill him, I want to kill him.
Don't worry, if you do kill him, then the debt would be done. Because it's just till death.
Well, he couldn't
Till
accept the
death
deal
do
and then
we
try and go, because
part.
then Domino could just tell him to stop and he'd have to.
Yeah, no, that would be.
So, the thing that you're after is to have someone that could effectualize your will on the mortal world for the duration of their life. And you're targeting kin for it because of a hypothetically perceived insult.
He nods.
Now, in that case, I do have to ask, what would our group be gaining from such a deal?
You wish Soul back, do you not?
Ah, but we wouldn't be gaining anything. Before and after this incident, it would merely be the same, except our group would be in further debt with nothing gained.
I must very thoroughly agree. This is not the way that you do a business transaction of any sort.
They have already incurred.
No, they have not.
After all, we have not admitted to any sort of wrongdoing.
The insult was made, which is why Soul was taken. If you wish to balance that, then to return Soul would require that the insult that was given be paid for another way, thus the knighthood.
And what of the insult you offered me and my position?
Yes, we really do need to just put aside all of this stuff about insults. After all, you have offered many insults to them. You have threatened their lives with your antics. You have caused them many headaches. Really, if you're going to insist on that, then we are going to insist that you owe them a debt for your own transgressions against them, which has not been paid.
Pathetically.
Domino's just going to kind of stare for a moment. I do not incur debt for such things. Again,
Oh,
they
then
are
they
not
don't
city.
either. So do return their compatriot, and let us be on our ways. If you do not incur debt, then neither do they. Because
Yes,
they don't follow
they
your
do.
rules either. You are very insistent that they are not city, therefore they're not beholden to your rules.
With this line of logic, considering that the insult that you are hypothetically alleging occurred outside of any realm of which you have ownership over, such as this one, where the rules of Fae are the ones that take precedent over the rules of men. Well, the hypothetical insult didn't happen where your rules have sway. Did you ever go into a deal with kin to not be, have any sort of hypothetical perceived insults lodged towards you on the mortal realm by him?
I'm trying to think of how to respond here because you guys are trying to apply your logic to Faye and it doesn't work very well.
Well, no, but basically he's trying to see if
I know.
Considering that there was a big deal when we came here about the whole your rules don't apply here. So he's trying to see how far it stretches in either direction.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight is becoming more and more exacerbated by the second.
The cup of tea refills. Do not worry, there is no charge for that. It is simply a courtesy.
Oh, thank goodness.
Something that these folk really do not understand the concept of.
Midnight swings the tea again. Takes a deep breath, and it's just like, oh.
Takes a deep breath of tea.
Murloc noises ensue.
Shale's gonna take it. If Shale looks about the room real quick, is there anything? What stands out outside of Domino?
Oh, right now it's mostly just Domino is all that you see, but give me a perception roll.
Sure, I will use. Can I use? Weird thought here. Can I use soul in that? Can I use soul as the stat for it?
Sure.
Why not?
Sure.
Alright.
That's an
Or
This
interesting choice.
it's a way to perceive that this is an unusual sort of place.
An unusual place.
Yeah. We'll spend a soul on this to get rid of that one. Four.
Greaves is going to assist. Add 5 dice.
Okay.
Allow. Proceeds to roll a bunch of ones.
You think he wouldn't max out teamwork?
2 more, so 6.
you get the distinct sense that though you can't see anything, you are very much being watched, and there are things watching you in the darkness, beings watching you in the shadows.
I wonder if we are all being judged here from the feeling.
He has his own protections in case we do something stupid.
Midnight just mutters, I'm sick of all of this. I prefer straightforward transactions.
Actually, I'm still wondering if even he is being judged.
Just, I do this, I get that, and just be done with it.
Oh no, the city can't do anything just straight up. That would be against their entire thing. They literally can't even do that. Even if they wanted to.
I know!
They're way too fey in every sense to do that.
But
if you really wanted to do this the Fey way, you just need to get some red cap teeth. They can eat through anything.
Oh.
Nom noms.
Yeah, no, you don't eat red cap.
No, red cap is a creature.
Oh, you mean the right? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
Shane is going to ask another question.
Uh-huh.
Out of curiosity, do the rules of not allowing such perceived insults extend to us here, or is that, again, excluded?
Can you give me that one more time?
Are the rules against any sort of perceived insults extended to us here, or is that another thing where it's just one way?
One way. The city. We very much have to balance the scales. It is what we are. We cannot act in any other way.
You only have to balance them one way.
Oh yes, they tend to just ignore their own transgressions in the favor of one moment, everybody. I'm getting I am getting a message from one of those benefactors of you all. Give me just a moment, please.
But basically, if there is not a actual agreement, a contract or pact with a Fae, they can insult you as much as they want. They can do whatever they want to you.
Oh, yeah.
But if you insult them back, then that becomes personal.
Oh yeah.
It is one way unless someone makes a pact with them. Then they have to follow it to the T.
Oh yeah.
You're insulting their nature.
Yeah.
The thing is though is that Shade doesn't know this, so I'm literally having him test out these questions.
Oh, I know. I was
character.
just giving this out of character for like the viewers and stuff too. A Sidhi can no more ignore an insult than you can stop breathing the air. They legitimately can't. That is their nature of being.
Yeah, so but yeah, no, I'm mostly just trying to have Shade figure out the confines in which he's working.
Tolerate any more of this benevolence.
Ree has brought the chaos.
What?
What?
That's
Reverse
a
the
flipped
influence.
influence.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Rdyjin, we don't even know what the influence is.
That's
That's the
usually
point of
what
the card.
happens.
The point of the card.
Tolerate any
That's the
more
point
of
of the
this
card.
benevolence.
Oh,
Well,
Diamond underscore.
How
The
to
reversal has been reversed.
Given has decided that he wants his original effect.
Hey, it's my time to play a card. Oh wait, I can't.
Yeah, save that for after.
Can you refund the cards back, Zim?
Are you gonna say no to it?
Yeah. I don't know how I can make this influence really work here.
Oh, quite
I can make the
easily.
reverse. I could make the reverse work, but this one is a bit of a very hard stretch for me.
Oh no, Greaves could very easily pull this off.
But is it ever that easy?
Oh, but it is. Greaves is all about making things as simple and easy as possible.
This
Midnight looks up with hope in his eyes.
Come now, as Greaves is just looking up at the sky. You know that this is possible. It's within my power.
It doesn't work with Domino, though.
Maybe not by your rules.
Yes, and that's the rules that matter here right now.
I'm guessing everybody is just hearing a one-sided conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, your rules, your rules, your rules. I understand. However, I do have to insist that he really is just not being fun here. And that does not make for a good story. I mean, even these viewers...
fast rules here for how Sidhi act. I have hard and fast rules for their nature and being.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And that can still be the case. He's just gonna be beholden to their rules.
That's not the way... That doesn't work for them.
Well, then that seems like a skill issue.
As interesting as this one-sided conversation is...
Oh, I'm talking with, trust me, this will be for your benefit. Just let me finish this real quick.
I mean, I don't give. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I can't figure out a way to make this work that's gonna be like just without completely because
Well, you see, clearly the viewers are not having fun with him anymore. It might be time to put this particular toy away.
I mean, the viewers might not be having fun, but I'm having fun.
Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. I just have a... Midnight has a big ol' headache.
If we want to move on to a different topic for a tiny bit, we could always try that.
thinking real quick. Sorry, my brain trying to think.
Poor Kerr.
No problem.
I don't know. I don't know how a city can be bound by mortal rules. It's unless he entered into a contract for it, and he hasn't. He wouldn't be bound by any rules or laws other than the ones that he's dictated for himself.
Ah, but Greaves could just make it happen.
Greaves giving him a title.
Ah, now that's a great idea.
Look, out of the game, as interesting as this is, I'd rather play the game than sit here.
Yeah.
Because, like, I understand, but he's already saying that, like, he doesn't really have a good way to make this work and have it be interesting, I think. So,
I mean, I'm not interested in this scene, period. But, fine, carry on. I'll
all
refund
I'm
it.
saying is, like, it just got completely ground to a halt. We've just been sitting here talking about this for, like...
Okay, Tal! I'm refunding it!
I'll be right back. I need to run to the bathroom again. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, anyway, it looks like Shade's gonna have to try Old Reliable. Which is, Gamble with Domino.
Domino is capable of erasing or removing a moment in time, isn't he?
Probably.
More than that. Out of character.
What would the price of such a thing be?
I think it depends about the moment.
You don't want the price.
I think it depends about the moment and the gravitas and entertainment worth of the moment. Like, if you delete, like, a random moment no one cares about, then, like, probably not that high, but, like, let's say you delete the moment where, I don't know, like, Shade and Sebastian split, that would probably cost a hell of a lot.
Or
What about
causing somebody's parents not to meet.
Or perhaps the moment that Domino sold power to Shade's evil side, Sebastian.
Which, I don't know if he's actually even changed his name. He might change his name. I'm not in control of that anymore, so...
Yeah.
Shade is like his fourth name. He has The only thing he follows is that he just keeps using S names.
But if that moment were to be deleted, then
Then
none
that
of
might
this would
be
even happen.
that might be thing of going into a conflicting deal, because if that happens, it's breaking a different deal, technically by even accepting it. So maybe not. It's kind of paradoxical in nature.
I suppose, yeah. If that moment were to be deleted, then Kin wouldn't have been angry at Domino and never dropped that insult. Domino would never have taken Soul, and we'd be back on vacation. Except with
No,
the price taken.
it wouldn't be balanced.
No.
You wouldn't be able to be on vacation.
Nah, I suppose after this, vacation is over regardless.
I mean, you could just try and go back on vacation.
No, I don't think Kin would be able to go back on vacation after this.
Midnight sure could use a vacation.
Nah, if anything, after this, a war council's being called.
I mean, we do have to deal with the whole demons wanting to get a truce just to try and deal with Sebastian.
Yeah.
Which, that is not a good sign.
No.
More deals. Ugh.
No, that is not a good sign.
Oh yeah, well, if there's one person that Shay will not even attempt to deal with, it's Sebastian.
Hello there,
that is
Burbs
attack on sight.
This is Last Hope Scar. It's one of our Pokemon tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm afraid Kerr's taking a bathroom break, so...
Yep.
Yeah, we're on a small break here.
There's no bathroom break. This
It
is
is
using our custom SCAR system.
Yes, this is using our SCAR system that we have been developing for 2 years now for playing as Pokemon, Digimon, etc. It is in open playtest, available through our Discord. SCAR stands for Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities.
You think Domino would agree to a duel?
Well, maybe, but also the moment like a duel starts, he could probably just erase someone from existence if there aren't rules to it.
Sure, the rules would have to be very strictly set of what is and isn't allowed.
He probably.
But-
I mean, isn't it with the usual duel if the challenge chooses what is dueled with?
Yeah, but nothing is usual with the Fae.
Yeah, sorry, Ren. Fae are like that. They're just confusing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, I love dealing with Fae, but also, you know, I'm
You're
me.
about the only one.
I'm me, so.
I just wish they were more straightforward.
I just wish they were actually fun.
I mean, I'm about to go gambling at this point, so, you know.
I wish they had the decency to treat other people as people.
Chaos was nice, or anyway.
If it was World of Darkness and you were playing the Fae book, then they can treat you as people.
You mean Changeling?
Yep. And now that we're all talking about the Fae, paint is now getting posted in the chat.
Yep.
Because paint is very straightforward. You throw the ball, you get a wish.
With a mountain of with a mountain of you know, fine print.
What?
Wait, you mean you're not throwing a potato for paint?
No, I mean the contract that he presents, it has a mountain of fine paint, fine print like behind it.
Yeah, but his fine print comes with a very simple summary. You know, very straightforward.
Within his power.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just, you know, it still has the mountain of fine print.
But he doesn't try to bury people under that.
Is the fine print just outlining what's within his power?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Oh.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And the worst thing you can do is fake like you're throwing the ball and banish the ball.
Vanish.
Blow the ball up in front of his eyes and watch as the world itself will turn against you and smite you for such heinous action.
Yeah, who would try to separate paint from his ball? I mean, that's also that's his focus anyway. So, like, you know,
The BBEG.
True.
Only long enough to throw it for him?
But yeah, Shade is gonna go. Well, if there's gonna be a resolution this way, and the price isn't exactly, well, to make a small joke, the price isn't right for our side on the hypothetical. I, Domino, would like to make a bet with you.
The air suddenly turns like 30 degrees colder, and you get the sense of like not just one set of eyes, but like pretty much almost like 100 have just stopped, and you can get the sense of as though the world is holding its breath right now when he said that.
Now, I know you've been playing a bit of a fool. We've had a nice little thing going on, Domino. You know, I would make a bet, you would agree to it, I would win the bet, and then, you know, you'd give me some sort of prize that, well, truly didn't really even matter, and then you'd use your powers on me and I wouldn't try and stop it, and I'd just try to annoy you or do any sort of smugness in your direction until you turned it off. That's what we had going on. And since I didn't get to do that little game of ours when you last showed up, because you cut it off in order to, take soul, and now we're doing all of this, I still have some bets ready, and I'd like to make.
He nods slightly. What bet do you have in mind?
I, right now, would like to bet that even before making any deals here, any amount of deals here, I still entered this world of yours with a method of grievously harming you, despite you not allowing any such things in. I think I've successfully smuggled something past you.
He looks very interested and curious at this.
And I would like to make your side of this bet, if you are in fact the loser of it and accept, be the fulfillment of the returning of soul as stipulated in the hypothetical about the other situation.
He nods very slowly in curiosity.
And what would you have be my side of the bet if I'm wrong?
He seems to pause and consider that. If this is for soul, then it only feels fit to have my price to kin be my price for such a entertaining bargain. You...
A generous bestowal.
Kenku tipped $15.
Thank you for the tip, Kenku. That is the first tier of the tip goal completed.
You will serve me as my knight at my side, fulfilling my will in the mortal world when I cannot.
For the duration of Kin's life.
For the duration of your life.
Of my natural lifespan or effective lifespan?
He pauses and seems to consider. You may not cause harm to yourself. You may not have another being cause harm to yourself willingly. You may not attempt to end your own life. You may not attempt to end your own existence. You may not attempt to find a way to remove the mantle of power that will be placed within you, nor may you... He seems to pause and tilt his head a little bit. Nor may you attempt to simply stop your heart, allow brain death to occur, and then simply regenerate the damage. This will occur so long as you exist and your life endures. Both. So no, you cannot just make yourself into some sort of undead to get out of it.
A shame, because that would have been rather amusing.
Oh, I figured that was something your brain would have gone to.
But
what
it's
with
also...
your interesting abilities.
That is true, but let's make this interesting, so that way even if I am wrong, there is still a game to be played. At the end of each mortal lifespan, considering that I can technically change my age to be whatever I want it to be.
A generous
Another donation.
Mr. Dragon 114 tipped $15.
Thank you for that tip as well, Mr. Dragon. That is the second tier of the tip goal completed.
At the end of what would be considered a mortal lifespan, so let's say, every 100 years or so, to give it the, a nice, long, even duration, I get to try and make another bet to break free.
Upon the agreement that should such a bet be made, you may be free not to make it. That should you lose, I may add on another... how shall we say... detail to your oath to me.
And of course, all of this going into effect should I end up losing the bet.
He nods.
Well, in that case, I'd also like to make sure that, as of course this is an agreed upon thing, that I will be attempting to produce something and show you something that is in fact capable of harming you, that you do not perceive any sort of insult or declare me a danger for having done it.
This is part of the game, darling. I will not insult you for such a thing.
Interesting. But of course I still had to check that.
He nods.
Wait. He said he will not insult you, not that he won't take insult.
Well, he did say that he would not, because it was a part of the game, and then added on afterwards that he wouldn't insult me like that. After it was already clear. That is the case, right, Domino?
Okay.
He nods.
Okay. Just making sure on that detail.
Oh no, that is exactly the sort of details you want to not assume.
Oh yeah. It was just because it was an entirely different, yeah. In that case, I accept my side of the bargain if you'll accept yours.
Must I attempt to figure out what you did?
I would say that no, because the entire point is me having to just prove that I managed to get a way to harm you into this world. That was the original bet, and so, well, if you manage to guess how I did it or not, that's just more up to you.
He seems to consider that before chuckling. And he will nod.
In that case, Shade will start to approach up the dais.
Domino will make no move to stop him at this point.
And Shade is going to reach into his bag and pull out a coin and flip it a couple times. A silver one.
He's going to kind of look curious at this.
Roll it across his knuckles a little bit. And go, you know, in a part of a different conversation, I had to make sure of something. And, so it turns out that your little realm here isn't exactly, well, let's just say, restrictive, and wasn't restrictive upon me entering. Now, the fact that we received a little bit of a balancing later has no bearing on my ability to do this. And he's going to grab the coin, turn it to both sides, and use his ability to turn it to cold iron.
I thought that was what you were thinking of.
After all, the original insult was from a coin, and a coin he shall use.
And here's the shriek from the crowd.
Realm itself.
He'll turn it back after a second.
Midnight is just looking rather interested for the first time. Less exacerbated now. Just because something's happening.
Domino is going to smile. Like, he doesn't even seem angry or anything. And yeah, he will bow his head slightly to you. And around you, you can see dozens and dozens of figures. Some of them are absolutely beautiful beings. So beautiful, it almost makes you want to rip your own eyes out. Other beings are nightmarish and terrifying to look at. And all of them are watching you all like a hawk. Domino will bow his head to him, though. It appears that you have won.
And Shade will return the coin to his pocket. Well, the bag.
I thought you were going to say, and Shade returns the coin back to Domino.
No.
What happened?
Yeah, and immediately incur another debt, yeah.
Oh, you said you turned it back to
Dare
silver.
you?
Turned it back to silver, so
Well,
I mean,
no, but do you think Domino wouldn't interpret that as an insult?
I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. This is totally not an insult.
Ooh, I choked on a cookie there for a second.
Well, now
I
that
think we're being watched.
now that that's resolved, is it time for me to try and trick you now?
If you wish. He seems very amused by all of this as he snaps his fingers and Soul is dragged out, looking battered but okay.
Well, good thing the moment he leaves, it'll be returned back. Well, assuming he didn't get beaten up before he left, but you know, if that's the case, then not too much for it.
And Kin's eyes immediately turn to Soul. You okay? Did they do anything to you? Are you all right? Or just...
Jail. Miles, a moment. I believe our side of the bargain is completed. Would you say, House?
Not quite yet, because Shade is trying to do the trick thing.
Fair.
Yeah, Shade still has a trick.
Well, something else outside of that. This is in character. He is saying this, but
If you're referencing what was talked about in the other room, I suspect Shade is still on that.
I thought it was just to do what has just been done, but fair
Yes,
deal.
it was. I'm pretty sure.
But fair deal. I'm not getting in the way.
So what is it you desire from me? Hmm?
Do you mean in terms of a reward or in order to make this trick possible?
This little trick that you have. I am curious about it.
In that case, all you have to do... Well, actually, let's do this in quite a fun little way. You see, I remember when we first met, and you mentioned that you thought you liked me. Very flattering. Say, what do you say you look like you did back then, too? Crawl, you were a charmeleon?
He nods and just kind of gives a little flick of his wrist as he changes.
In that case, well, since I used a coin before just now, I think I'll use it again. Do you want to put anything on the line for this if I do manage to trick you with it?
Is there something that you have in mind?
Yes. Although it's far less severe. You see, at least personally, I've taken a liking to this place, and, well, I think this place has taken a bit of a liking to us. So, given that Kin is the current leader of Hilltop, transfer the title to this place to him. You could keep all the denizens of, not the house. We don't really need your servants. Toys? Playthings? I don't know what you want to refer to them as.
You want my home, is it?
Well, I want Kin to have your home.
Such a deal would not be cheap. Then would I get perhaps a part of Hilltop if your trick fails?
You know, you did mention before that you wanted at least someone that could do some amount of actions on the mortal plane for you, so how about we go back to a tried and true between us? If my trick fails, how about I owe you an actionable favor? Of course, stipulating that not to make me betray or otherwise harm the group I'm with.
He seems to consider that. Before he will nod his head.
Is that an agreement then?
Yes. I find such things intriguing.
Well, in that case, let's go ahead and start with this. And he's going to start doing the same thing with the coin where he, rolls it across his claws a bit, flips it, and then sticks it behind Domino's, the side of Domino's head, doing a little bit of the old coin behind the ear kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And focusing his powers, he's going to focus a lot on this one, because this one's a lot trickier than simply a material change. He's going to try and turn it into, like, a sign. Like, with a sort of, like, wire hanger thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to have a little bit of writing on it that says, "Told you I'd do it," written in salt, and he's going to hang it from the back of Domino's horn. Just like he said he would in the first episode he was here.
Make a roll.
Something from the back of Domino's horn if he fucked with him.
Make a roll to see if you could change it.
It is far more complicated, so yeah, understandable.
But I will allow you to attempt to do so.
Do you want me to make a, what? Deception, presence, subterfuge?
Subterfuge.
Subterfuge. And 16. Any modifiers?
No.
Well, I have a vigor and a willpower that I will use on this if it's trash.
It's never going to be that easy.
Probably not, but...
And it looks like Gimmin granted you an exploding 10.
Oh, okay.
To
In
shade.
that case... No, I'm just gonna willpower that. Like, that is a garbage roll.
No, it's a great roll. You should totally keep it.
Nah, I
You
think I
should
like
totally
this one
keep-
a lot more.
Someone vaporize it.
1, 2,
Someone
3, 4,
vaporize that roll.
But
Just win.
you need to-
Just win
We
moment?
don't want a low roll for this to shove the coin through Domino's head.
I sold that one, by the way. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 successes.
Someone vaporize that roll.
Oh, wait, no. 18 because the exploding 10. 18 successes.
Go! Martin Kun! Buy me time with your adorableness!
But Kerr, I already told you the first episode he showed up what he would do.
Also, doesn't
You've
seem
known
like Martin
all
was on.
along.
also, that would take having the audience on his side at this point.
May darkness prevail.
What?
Even cursed Kerr with less power.
But yeah, no, I built this up as some sort of big magnanimous trick, and the trick was that he said he'd do it whenever Domino least expected it. And in his own home, with these stakes on the line, Shade possibly ruining his perfect record, hanging something on the back of his horn, the exact thing he already promised he would do. After all, Shade always keeps his promises.
You can't hear it because Discord Crisp is eating it, but I'm clapping right now.
I've been sitting on this, waiting for when Domino would actually piss Shade off, and it wasn't just the little game they were playing.
Also, I do things. Can't see, no card playing for me. I will remember this. I will remember this. I do things.
I mean, that's cool,
All right.
but
So, results.
Yeah, I don't think Domino can beat that. Especially
I mean-
Curse with less power, thank you very much.
I mean, Domino still gets a roll. He could get it. He could get a
Alright.
bunch of 10s, right?
Let's see if he notices. Let's see if he
I'm
notices.
Bad to the bone.
Yeah, just win.
Just win.
What
All
if you
right,
just
come on,
decided-
dice. Come on, dice kun. Don't let me down.
Watch it be like 5 ones.
Don't give the dice ideas. They already don't like me. All right, go. Dice roll.
And
Please don't curse me. Please don't curse
Well, you already got cursed.
me. Yeah. How many successes did you roll?
18.
We are going to willpower this roll. We are going to willpower this.
Well, there's his
roll.
one willpower.
Wait.
Yep. Is it ever that easy?
Is it ever that easy? Yeah, there was a distinct lack of extra rolling, which told me I don't think Domino had that one right there.
He
Yeah.
rolled 4 ones.
Ah. Well, it wasn't 5, so
Gosh, that was
the
so
premonition wasn't
close.
true.
All right, let's
But
see.
it was
if this is more-
close.
Let's see.
You cut off your words there real abruptly.
We are.
How many ones was it, Kerr? How many ones was it?
Enough.
1 3 3 8 2 2 6 3 4 3 5 1 1 1.
Where?
All right.
That 4 more ones?
That's what I rolled on this last dice roll.
Wow!
And Shade is going to pull back his claws and show that they're empty.
Hey, is it ever that easy, you guys? Is it ever that easy?
Is it ever that easy?
Yes, yes, it is.
Hang on, let me see. We could. No,
This time it
figuring
might
is
just
probably
be-
not going to give me enough successes. I can't willpower it again. Does someone want to just delete my roll? I do things. You
All right,
can help me
moving
out
on,
here.
Kerr.
You already begged
You
once
already
for
had
this
your
interaction.
Marten.
I know the Marten didn't even play.
Yes.
You already begged for this interaction, Kerr.
Fair enough. Yeah, he completely does not even notice. Even now, he doesn't even notice as he just looks at you, Shade. Are you
And
going to
Shade
do
is-
anything?
Well, I would tell you what I did, but I already told you.
Darling, you have to do something to actually do something.
Meanwhile, everybody is just snickering.
He made sure to write it in salt too.
That is such an old
But
promise.
not gonna. You could be a bit more graceful about it, Domino.
You have done nothing, though. Seriously, I was waiting for something.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Domino.
The
Domino.
trick worked that well.
I already told you what I would do.
But there's nothing here. You have not done anything.
Domino, please, do you think that I would ever break a promise?
Oh, it's not that I don't think so, but I think you are very confused and such about things.
No. Domino, what sort of promises have I made to you?
He kind of pauses, and you can see him just kind of tilt his head over a little bit, like he's going over everything in his head. Before slowly, his hand is going to reach up to touch his, he touches the sign slowly, and he kind of blinks before letting out a very long, slow breath.
I always keep
Wow.
my word, Domino.
And how did you accomplish this?
Well, preservation of mass is a bit of a suggestion at times with me. I did make the coin disappear too, after all. Well, maybe not disappear, but become unrecognizable. Oh, you should probably take it off. I wrote something on it.
He'll slowly reach up to take it off. And he's just going to kind of stare at it a little bit. And then he's going to look back up at you.
So now
It's not my
Shade's a
fault.
servant.
It's not my fault that you, decided to make some deals with a trickster.
He's just going to stare at this for a moment. And he's going to let out a very soft, slow sigh. Before kind of tilting his head a little bit. How did you accomplish this, I must ask?
What does he have
Well?
to trade?
I was about to say that. Well, what'll you give me to tell you?
He pauses before nodding slowly. Fair enough. As you wish. He bows and snaps his fingers. And all of the people within are going to vanish. A deal is a deal. I can see this to you.
So does this mean we're going to go back to our little game after this?
Perhaps, though I may try a little bit harder. You have shown entertainment to me.
Well, if you are going to change up any of the rules, at least try to hide it from me.
Oh, but that's half the fun, darling.
Well, do any of you have any more business here, or are we going to head out?
I think we're good.
Nope.
Indeed.
You'll have to be complete the task.
Informing the house would be the main thing, and then that's it.
Well, house, you saw what went down.
You get the distinct sense, yes.
Please don't disturb me while I plot to overthrow you.
What now?
I do things gave Kerr a reroll.
Lamau.
Now that it's all over.
No.
God. Oh boy. That's just mean, Ido.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Salt on the wound.
Ido became true gremlin.
Wow.
That was mean. Objectively,
Was-
wow.
Borderline assholery.
Savage.
Oh.
I approve.
Oh, and
Slap.
by the way, you want to know what the best part about this is, Domino?
Oh.
Because we went here and all the rules and regulations and my particular skill set with deals, the group agreed that I'll speak for them in deals moving forward.
He will nod slowly.
Which means if you try and mess with us, you're gonna be having to mess with me.
He seems like he actually might enjoy that.
Yep. Which is why Shade said it in a teasing tone instead of instead of anything else. But I would recommend, as best as you can, to at least avoiding having us have to go through all of this in the future. At some point, it will become far more of a hassle to go through this with our group than it is to keep putting up with it.
He'll nod slightly.
Repeat acts do become tiresome after a while.
There's no
And
entertainment in
shale.
such things.
Oh, also, Domino, it's very funny that you have a room here dedicated to me. I'm gonna check it out after we leave.
Domino will nod slightly. And he looks like he does want to kind of shoot you, though. But
Well,
he
of
cannot.
course.
Oh, hey Domino. No more selling power to my enemies, please.
That would require another deal, darling.
In turn, I won't drop another coin at your feet.
He considers it. Possibly. I can't say no to a good deal, though, darling.
You can't make the deal. Shade has to speak for you.
No, you're right. You're right. Work it out with Shade if you want to.
Well, the thing is that I can also just approve what he's saying. So he can talk, it's just I have to approve it technically.
Yeah.
Mostly by just, repeating what he says. But...
Yeah, I was just making sure the deal wasn't broken first thing when we were about to walk away.
Well, no, but it's between me and him, so I would decide the penalty for trying to break it.
Right.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's perfectly peachy keen.
But yeah, I think we're all ready to leave.
Mm.
Are we ever?
Or are you?
I mean, the house has agreed us safe passage out, and
Any more legalese, and I'm going to do something.
let's go and take our leave, and all of us. This isn't Domino's place anymore, right? So literally all of us. I suppose it's my place.
It is
I'm
your
gonna need to learn my new place, I suppose.
Yep. Well, you're the one that made the deal with it, so
Yeah, I did.
Learn your place.
Know your place, peasant. No, not like that.
As much as this technically speaking interrupted yours, I think this counts as a vacation for me.
I'm glad you had fun.
It has been both horribly uncomfortable and also extremely comfortable.
Thank you, Shade.
Well, it isn't like I'm getting nothing out of it. You do owe me a favor.
Yeah. And I'd be happy to repay at when you choose to call upon it.
Likely not for a bit.
As is your style.
Well, why use it now if I don't have a good use for it? I could use it later.
Exactly.
Hey, it's fine. He's fine. He was not fine.
Donald's definitely not going to go find some place to sulk for a little while as he contemplates how everything was taken from him.
No, don't worry. Domino can make deals with other people to come after us. It won't be him.
Yep. There is that, and then there's also the fact that, like, you know, for Domino, this is like taking a toy, but like nothing of actual value, really. I mean, let's be real. The Manor was already kind of treacherous in the first place, considering it was willing to make a deal with the first people that came through against Domino.
Yeah.
It's just more the fact that he lost anything in general that's going to make him upset. It's not like he lost something actually important.
Domino is just slightly annoyed. And when he's annoyed, people die.
Right.
Hey, I'm sure you'll be fine.
So when we get out of this place, we are equipping you with some sort of cold iron jewelry.
A cold iron bell.
He just so you know, he might not he probably very likely won't remember any of this. You know that, right?
Yeah, Soul is looking very dazed and confused right now.
Well, there's that, and also the fact that he was going to be returned as he was before he was taken, so he won't have memories of being taken either. So this also won't be, like, traumatizing for him.
And
Who's
hey,
that?
look, there's a certain gnome here that
There's
Domino
still a
will
gnome?
take us.
Greaves is still here, isn't he?
He's not one of the... Yeah, of course.
Midnight's
not
just been
Domino's.
drinking teacup after teacup after teacup.
I have drank a liter of tea during this, so like I'm there with Midnight. I'm not even kidding. I have like a liter like cup, and I filled it with tea at the beginning of this, and I've just been drinking tea for the past like 2 hours. Is Grief still there? I mean, the scene hasn't ended yet, so.
Zim hasn't responded for a while.
I thought he made a response
I'm
a little
here.
earlier.
I see no reason he wouldn't be.
Okay. Yeah.
House will offer you, of course, a way back as one of the doors swings open and reveals your little town.
Hey Greaves, would you mind dropping by with your wares? We might be able to pick something up.
Oh, but of course. I'm always happy to make a sale.
Midnight dive bombs out the door and then just kisses the ground. Terra firma.
Well, I don't think they're going to stick around in here any longer.
Yeah.
So if you want to make some deals, well,
See you in the real world. And I go ahead and take Soul with me out.
Soul is just kind of dazed and will slowly follow after you.
what happens when he crosses the boundary?
As soon as he steps through, he looks to be perfectly fine, just very confused.
Don't worry. As soon as he tries to pass out the boundary, he bounces back into Domino's realm.
No.
This isn't the right one.
No.
Well, that has
No,
happened to us
no.
before. That would not be the first time that exact thing has happened to us.
Hey,
Sure.
Soul. How you feeling?
Fine.
You're welcome.
Good.
What?
A lot has
Domino threw a
happened.
hissy fit.
Yeah. Domino threw a hissy fit.
Okay.
Let's just say I made some deals. And played some tricks. Oh, I've been holding on to that one since I got to this world.
Midnight
glad
has
you're
a
okay.
1,000-yard stare.
Oh my gosh.
And Sully takes another sip.
Yes.
What was that, Ken?
Just saying that I'm glad that Soul's okay.
Yeah. I did try to make sure that he would be, unaffected by
Yes.
being kidnapped by a domino, and I don't think Soul would do well with, being affected by having been kidnapped into a Fey realm with, considering what we saw what that Fey realm was like.
Yeah.
Wait, no, hold on, I'm outside. I can be abrasive again. Okay, how? Gotta remember how. Where's
Thank you,
someone
Shade.
important I can go and insult? I should
Hey,
find
I'm
someone
right here.
important and insult them. No, I don't need to insult you. Fuko, I could go find Fuko and insult him. He's important enough.
Shale will sigh.
Fuko
I'll
can
see you
absolutely
guys
be a straight man to you, I suppose.
Shale will sigh. I'm gonna go see what time it is and get something prepped for people. I believe that would be good in this point. So I'll see you at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
it might be like over a day later, considering we did sleep in there.
Excellent question. How much time has passed?
Well, how about
I turn to the nearest person who hasn't been in Arcadia for the last 24 hours. Hey, how long have I been gone?
You hardly even left. You walked in and walked out.
Oh, okay. Cool. No lost time.
We were on the good side of Fey timeline stuff.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't, who are you?
Yeah, that one would have been.
Sends you back 10 years.
That would have been interesting,
the
though.
side
If that happened.
or the whip and
Wait,
retro
no,
side
again,
either.
I need to be insulting. I need to insult people. How do I? Seriously, I do this for like over a year. Be abrasive the entire time, but the moment I start actually acting like my own self again, it fits on like gloves.
I am so sorry about that, Shade.
They say
it
it's
wasn't
like
even
riding
you,
a
it
bike.
was the place. I mean, seriously, I start acting abrasive to be the exact opposite of how I used to be, and then I have to go be a smooth charmer again.
Go find Fuko. Go have your fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You still have your thing to do.
Yeah, he does have his audit, but he wants to get in the right state of mind before that, so he's gonna go insult Fuko.
And I think I want to take the rest of the day to rest and relax because that was stressful. And tomorrow we can have a war council.
Also, the title works two ways now because it was talking about Domino, now it's talking about Ken.
Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
After all, Ken is now Lord of the Manor.
As midnight, you feel a small poke from the book chained to you. Hey,
What's
hey,
up?
midnight.
What do you want?
I think you need a hug after dealing with that asshole.
Oh, yes.
Book Coon slightly opens up and then closes around your waist slightly as a hug.
Midnight doesn't know how to feel about this, but we'll just take it.
The mimic starts chewing on you.
Do any of the rest of us hear that, or is it just
Yes,
Midnight?
you literally see the book seem to give him a hug. Even demons can't tolerate Domino.
I'd be a little concerned about the demon book giving you a hug. Legitimately, you have an entire group of friends here. You could ask a hug from any of them.
Hey, Book, you could always start trying to make a deal with me against your rules.
Nope.
What? Come on. Just because the demons all banned me, you could. You aren't being watched right now. You could make
I am
a
a
deal
book.
right.
Books do not talk.
And besides, what would be more devilish than to break their own rules?
I am a book.
Demonish?
Books do not talk.
Guys,
I do not know what you're talking about.
Let's not antagonize the book demon. As he is attached to me, so whatever he does, I have to go with him.
No, he has to
Worry,
come with
Midnight.
you.
Don't worry, Midnight. I can make deals with you too.
And Midnight, you've got the power dynamic wrong. You don't have to do what it wants. It has to follow your lead.
A gleaming endowment.
You're in charge, not it.
Darius tipped $30.
For now.
And if that ever changes, we're gonna have some talks.
I know.
Love you, Midnight.
I love you too.
Thank
Love
you
your
for the
soul.
tip, Tal. That is the third tier of the tip goal completed, but Kurt didn't really follow the next session thing, so yeah.
Oh well. I'm sure he can find a way.
I'll just count it towards next week's tip goal.
Well, no, I include the things for either this session or next session. Because you said that sometimes the tip goals are meant for the session afterwards.
Resplendent offering.
Yeah, this session or the session after.
Tochemay tipped $60. Razim
There we go.
contract.
After all, I could easily see another situation.
There's
where
the finish off.
Is it ever that easy?
Thank you.
Very applicable. Also, yeah. We completed.
Oh,
it.
Thank you for the tip, Tochemay. That is the tip goal fully completed.
I had a couple of ideas for what I wanted to do with this one, depending on when it got made.
Yeah, don't worry. This will probably just go against Shade trying to do his audit.
Would I do that, Shade?
Yes.
Well, especially considering I helped pay for it. Yes, you would.
Yes,
Because,
I would.
now there's also a sense of irony to it.
I mean, you said it, not me.
If this goes against Shade making his audit, would that technically mean that...
Zeppy, thank you. Thank you for picking up
Gladiator.
that Stream Raider skin. Alright,
Wouldn't
well,
that mean
I'm going to
that,
go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody,
Okay.
for joining us today for Last Hope Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I could not do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or subscribing to us on YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everyone, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.